go again.
And then what?
I thought that you were gonna handle the rest.
See what I'm talking about, the structure of the show? I think like that we need to have something, but that'll be something that I think will just come naturally.
I think
So,
eventually it'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because one of the podcasts that I listen to is My Favorite Murder, right? Kim doesn't like the show. She likes the stories. She doesn't like the show because the first 40 minutes is just them talking about their lives, just catching up. And so Kim doesn't like the banter, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
I don't know if I've ever heard that podcast.
it's one of the most popular podcasts.
I honestly never. I listen to like Undisputed if I ever.
You listen to Undisputed? Is it just a show?
So they just upload the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's cool.
But like I don't have FS1 or whatever they're on,
Mm,
so I'll just like pop it on in the morning. Sometimes I haven't done it in a while, but if I ever do want to listen to something,
yeah,
but
that's interesting. Okay, so here we go again.
here we go again.
We watched The Menu.
Oh, we sure did.
Yeah, and before we started, I just want to say a little shout out to the girl in the keys over there, Kimberly.
Yeah.
What
How
an
about that?
enthusiastic move that was. So I want to shout out to her.
I want to say I've never seen Kim so enthusiastic about something before.
That's true. That's awesome.
You think I'm lying? I'm not lying.
Yeah, no, she's very excited to be on this podcast, and she loves movies. She tolerates every movie that I put on, and I love her for that. And so she will chime in from time to time about her thoughts on a movie. We watched The Menu, and so that we had some opinions about that movie.
I want to just say that The Menu was just so terrifying.
When did it start getting terrifying for you?
I think since the very beginning, like it's just an uneasy movie to watch. Like,
Yeah.
It puts you off in like the very beginning, and like it's weird because it starts off with a relationship of like, can you pull up the characters, Kim?
Oh yeah, we don't know who the characters.
This
are.
movie specifically had a lot of characters, so
It had a lot of characters,
and
different characters.
different characters, and I don't think the characters' names mattered. So like they were like I know the main girl was Margot,
Yeah,
but I don't remember what her date was.
His name was Tyler.
Tyler.
Nicholas Holt.
Nicholas Holt. Oh yeah, can we talk about the casting for a little bit? Can we start off with the casting because
It was weird.
it was a weird. I like the casting. So we had Voldemort as the chef. Okay,
Oh yes. You know he has a brother.
Brother Voldemort. What's his name?
Have you guys ever seen The Handmaid's Tale?
No,
You never seen that? Have you seen it?
that series put me off. I don't know why.
Their
I
brothers
think it's the
in
main
it.
character's face.
Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah,
I saw her in
something about her face.
I saw her in Mad Men. She's amazing. She's pretty good.
I saw her in what's that one movie where she's like the Invisible Man. She's in
I've
that
heard of
movie,
one.
right?
I know. Yeah, she is in that movie. I've never seen it, but she is in that movie.
I liked her in that movie. But yeah, it's something I don't know. It's
But did
something
you
about
watch like a few episodes of The Handmaid's Tale?
I watched one, I believe.
Do you know? I don't know if you remember the Waterfords.
I
Basically,
don't
the
remember
people
a
that
thing
own
about
her.
the
Okay.
series. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well,
Well, I
anyways,
didn't know he had a brother. That's
he has a
awesome.
brother. Yeah. And it's kind of like I always think about this and like not to knock his brother, but like it's kind of like his brother's very talented. But he's not my dude, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it's just like
Yeah.
that's gotta be kind of weird in the family when like you're a very good actor, very successful,
Yeah.
but your brother's like always getting nominated for Oscars or
Yeah.
like those type of movies. I don't think he has a name in here, right? He's just a chef.
Yeah, just chef. Well, he has his chef something.
Slowick.
Oh, Julian Slowick.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's all coming back to me now.
Yeah. So everything you're saying.
Discard
it's not
everything I
actual.
say.
You said the names don't matter. They don't matter to you.
No, but they really don't matter in this film. Like they have nothing to do with like, cause like this film is like because it's a restaurant, it's about characters in the restaurant, but like not about like their personal life, but like their like what they work in.
Yeah.
Like we have an actor which is John Leguizamo, and he plays like this like a big Hollywood shot, and like I love it in the beginning where it's like. They ask him about like if he's doing anything or whatever, which I know kind of what that feels like. It's very annoying, but he's like, "Oh, I'm going through my presenter stage right now."
Yeah.
Just like that's just the only job you can give, bro. So like,
Yeah.
it's very understandable. So there's that, and then there's Margot, which nobody knows where Margot came from. At the point like till like maybe 3/4 into the movie, we kind of find out where she comes from, and then we have
We have that old couple, white couple.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Again, I don't remember their names, but they basically portray like they're like customers, like casual customers that always go. They've been to the restaurant how many times? 11 times, they said.
Something like that.
I think it's
They said
11
something,
times,
yeah.
and they're just basically rich people
Yeah.
that get into
Just
like
rich folk.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of the characters that they play and stuff like that.
Then you have the three business people.
The business guys, they're basically like Silicon Valley kind of dudes that
Yeah.
like make so much money and like basically scam everything and
Yeah,
scam people
yeah.
out of money. And Tyler's just a huge, big like food. He's a foodie. It's called foodie, right? Yeah. So he's not a critic or anything like that. He's just he just loves food and like loves everything that has to do with like the kitchen and like he finds out every little. He's an enthusiast.
Yeah.
And then we have the critics. We have two critics. We have the critic and the magazine.
Yeah.
The magazine guy, I guess. So there's those. And is there anybody else?
There's the mom.
Oh man, that's kind of weird. And he goes. It's so awkward when he like goes up to her. Not awkward, but like that's not the correct word for me. It's like that, like terrifying. Like it's kind of like something's gonna happen because he goes up to her at some point and he just like puts his forehead on her head.
Yeah.
And then he walks away.
Yeah.
And I'm just like that can't be right.
No.
There's something
That
really
was
off.
weird. I remember like towards the end of the movie, where like Kim was like, "Is mom dead? Is she dead?" in the background, and she was just like laid out on the
Yeah.
table at that point.
Yeah, she was just passed out, right? 'Cause she just
Yeah.
kept drinking the entire time.
Yeah.
My goodness. And also, she was in the table by herself. It wasn't like she was sitting with anybody. She was like in a corner in a table by herself.
Yeah.
And it's just like, there's something wrong with that lady.
Do we get her story at all? Do we get any backstory into her, like why she's there in the first place? Like knowing the ending of the movie.
I mean, I know he talks about his family and he mostly talks about his dad and how his mom left her dad because he was abusive and a drunk. But I don't know
Can you like look up like what was the mom's
purpose.
Yeah, what was the mom's purpose in the movie?
Because to me, it feels a little bit like maybe she was always there with him, but like he always put her to the side. And that like is representative of like the physicality of what's going on in this actual like movie where like she's literally in a corner.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I wonder if like it's like him like trying to succeed with his like, but he always trying to carry his mom with him. And maybe she just drinks because she's always drinks. Like that's how she's been his entire life, and he's had to take care of her. And like, it's a big burden. Like he loves her, but it's a huge burden for him.
So let's talk about this, the synopsis of the movie.
Oh, yes,
So it's about 12 guests, different people that come to a dinner, a very special dinner. And
That was our fireplace. I don't know.
are we
Are we about to die?
I don't know. My last words will be dinner. What a life.
What a life, honestly, and it'll go perfectly with the end of this movie.
Yeah. So, honestly, you know what? Good representation of the fire. I'm glad we have it on. But, so in this movie, 12 guests go to an island where they're going to be served dinner.
Yes.
Right?
And everything that's being served there is from the island.
Yes, everything's from the island and everything's meticulously chosen for those guests. There's a lot of research that goes involved into each of the dishes. Yes. And the chef is a renowned chef. And this is like a whole experience.
Yeah, very experimental.
Very experimental and very personal. Everything's very personal to the individuals coming to the island. And our main character, Margot, she was not supposed to be there.
Yes.
She was a last-minute add-in from Tyler, who was going to bring somebody else. And
I believe it was his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, it was his girlfriend or something like that. And then she either broke up with him or canceled or whatever. She didn't go. And then Margot came instead.
Yeah, and I think it was such a good, like the movie did so well to try to like fool you into thinking like Margot was like in a relationship with Tyler.
Yeah.
Cause she kind of gets mad, but she's like, oh, like she says things like, oh, don't worry about it, or I'm fine.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that. And in the beginning, she's kind of like very like touchy-feely with him, not kissing or anything like that, but like putting
almost
her
like if it was
arm
in
on
a
him.
new relationship.
That's what, and I'm just like, I thought they were dating, and I'm just like,
I
oh,
did
he
too.
brought the
And
other woman now.
That's very, very intentional, and I think that is what you start figuring out about this movie as it goes on is that all of these people are very flawed. All of these people have something in their personalities that are very flawed, and the chef knows this, and then he has an us versus them mentality,
Yeah.
where it's the people working, the people getting served, and the people getting served are all pieces of shit. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a mentality. Like, I don't know if like us versus them, but for me, it
I
was
mean, he
more.
literally says you're either with them or you're with us.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's
It
us
was more.
versus them.
It felt more like about putting them in their place, because like of all the things that he does, like, like the tortilla scene, that was crazy. By the way,
I love a tortilla.
I
scene,
loved it
yeah.
too. I loved it too. But God, it was
That
so
is a
crazy.
tortilla deliciosa.
Oh yeah, the lady. Oh my God. They're like,
Yeah.
what is this? Tortilla.
Yeah, yeah. And so like this movie, one of the things that it does is that the dishes are very personal to each individual, the people that are there, the guests, and so they're the first course is just like a regular course made from the island, and they're basically eating something off a rock.
Was that the first course or was that second course?
I don't know. What was it? I think it was the first course.
It could have been the first
Right,
course.
Kim? Was it the first course? The thing on the rock? The scallop on the rock?
Yes.
That was
Okay.
the first course.
Okay.
Yeah. And Tyler's very interested in the like how the chefs are making it. The chefs are not about it at all. Even though this is the part that freaked me not freaked me out, but I was like, the lady said, feel free to walk around and like see what the chefs are doing in their work. And then Tyler gets up,
Of course.
looks around, and then the chef goes like, "Why don't you go sit down?" And I was like, "What? Okay, so which one is it? This is not great customer experience, honestly."
Yeah, it wasn't.
But yeah, so that was a first course, and after that they come out with bread, but bread is
Oh,
for the
yes.
common people, and these people are not common.
Yes,
And
this
so
is
there's
very.
no
This
bread.
mentioned. This is a very like. It's like a concept of a
Yeah.
dinner. It's just like an idea. It's more about it's about the food, but it's also about the ideas that the chef has. And so like that's where it comes with the bread. Like it was a bread dish, and he put like little bread, not
Like
bread, but
dippings and
little dippings
spreads
and stuff like that. Little assortments that they'd have like that would go with the bread. And then he didn't put the bread on there.
Yeah, because the bread is for the common people, and they're not common. They are upper people, and that you want to make that known.
Yeah.
And so this whole time, the chef is trying to figure out who Margot is.
Oh, yes.
Because she does not belong there, right? She is not part of the plan. He's been planning this. I don't know for how long. He's been planning this for a while.
Yeah, I mean, who knows how long? But then I don't think they ever said it.
Yeah.
But it has been a while. And Margot like just throws everything out of whack. Cause I guess the weird thing for me is like I thought the only thing not that I didn't like about it, but like didn't really appreciate the fact that they never explained. I mean, they did explain that it was Tyler's, I think, ex-girlfriend, Miss. What was her name? Miss something.
Wine something.
Miss
West something. It was something with a W.
It's like Wexberg or something like.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last name. But I feel like they gave that more importance than it was. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was gonna be something like pivotal to like what was gonna happen in the scene or something like that. And it ended up being nothing. It just happened.
Her name?
Well, not her name, but just the person.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I thought they were just like punching it in that like you're not supposed to be here. You're taking somebody else's spot. You're not supposed to.
No,
be
I mean definitely that, but like I think that's why that geared me towards like, oh, maybe she has something to do with like everything as well. Like she's as important as the other characters, but she wasn't.
No,
Because Tyler was the
she
important
wasn't.
one in that relationship or in that,
Yeah. Which I think is kind of messed up because everybody had kind of like, so you had John I can
Leguizamo?
never say his name, bro.
Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
Yes.
Legumes, okay? Legumes. You got beans. You got lentils. Legumes, okay? No, so we got his character, and we know why he's there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
At the
yeah.
end, he just made a bad movie. This chef didn't like the movie.
Ain't that terrible? Yeah, so basically it was just because like the chef never gets a day off. And on the day off, he decided to watch his movie. And it was
Yeah.
a bad movie.
Yeah.
And then you know what was the saddest part about it? That John Leguizamo was like, I didn't even direct it. Like I just acted in it. But I
Yeah.
think that was the whole thing about it.
Yeah.
Because like the actor's essentially the artist.
Yeah. But then, like, the person that he was with hadn't really done much wrong. Right?
It was just his assistant.
Yeah.
But like that's how it was for like. Well, I guess for his assistant, that one was like the least that had anything to do with it
Yeah.
because
Well,
like
also the old couple, like the lady.
the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess her as well. But no, but like for example, like the three guys, like they all had to do with like
They all
something.
were culpable.
And so was like the critic. It was definitely more about the critic, but the magazine like empowered her to like say all these things and stuff like
Yeah,
that. 'Cause
and that
remember-
makes sense. I think the critic and the magazine makes a little bit more sense because the magazine gives it the platform, right?
Yeah,
So that
yeah,
makes.
yeah. But
a
wouldn't it
little
have
bit
made more
culpable.
sense that if it was John Leguizamo and the director rather than his assistant?
Oh yeah, definitely would have made
You know
more
what I mean?
sense. But maybe they would have tipped it off. And so like the
Yeah.
thing is, you make it's very clear that the chef has bad intentions throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
He's not like bad intention. They're all gonna die. They're all gonna die at the end of the meal. And so it's one of those things where like these things are happening and you don't know where like it stops being like you don't like if you were a person in that dinner, you don't know where it stops being part of the show and when it starts being like real life.
Oh
And
my
I think
God.
that's kind of like where like they didn't know where the line was, right? There's a guy that comes out and one of the times that he just fucking shoots himself.
Oh, yes,
the
that
chef
was-
just berates him and said that
believe
he's
that was-
never gonna be good as him.
Oh my God, yeah, that was course 4, I believe.
Yeah, that was after the tortillas, which
Oh, so tortillas,
tortillas was
Taco
3.
Tuesday. Taco
Yeah,
Tuesday.
tortillas deliciosas.
Tortillas deliciosas.
And then, yeah, the tortillas had a lot of shit. So,
Well, in I believe okay, so maybe in 2 it started with like you're not the common man, so like, we're not gonna give you bread,
yeah,
and it was sad because it was like some people were like really wanted bread,
yeah,
and it's just like it kind of felt like man, and like how could you do that to somebody? I mean, it's just bread, and like they're probably not as hungry as they should be, but still. But anyways, in the third course, it was tortillas. It was Taco Tuesday, and it was like these chicken al pastor tacos, right?
which looked.
Didn't they
delicious.
look? Oh, I wanted
They
to
looked
try them.
so
When he
good.
said al
Everything
pastor,
else
and I
I
was
could
like,
do without. Maybe the burger looked really good, but like everything else, I'm like,
Oh, the
that
burger,
looks,
yeah,
that looks
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Scallops on a rock. You're eating a rock. Like,
well,
that's
yeah,
weird.
but that's more about like again, it's more an experimental dish because like that scallop on the rock, whatever, definitely
Yeah.
had like some sort of bacteria
Yeah,
that was like supposed to like be on there and stuff like that. But no, just going back to like the Taco Tuesday, which was the third dish, right? They lasered in
Oh, yeah,
like important things to their life. So like that's when shit started getting real, and you know
Yeah.
this chef was like not just trying to teach him a lesson, but like something was like more devious was going on. Cause like in each table he started like he lasered printed like certain things onto these tortillas. And for the three guys, Silicon Valley looking like investors or whatever, it was like their bank accounts and them like stealing money from the company or whatever.
Yeah.
And then for John Leguizamo, it was the movie, the movie poster.
yeah.
And for Tyler, what was Tyler's?
It was pictures of him.
Oh, pictures of him taking pictures of the dishes, which
Uh-huh.
was one of the things in the beginning that just like, please do not take pictures of the dishes.
Yes.
And he was very self-conscious about it. He's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, he hates me and blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah. And
For the critic, it was restaurants that she had reviewed that had then closed.
that closed down for that.
So you can see like the power that she had against.
Yeah, I mean,
these-
because they closed down after her review. So
Yes.
yeah, the rich couple was
It was
him.
pictures of him.
I think it was Margot, right?
I don't know if it was Margot, but
Oh no, it wasn't Margot. Now I
it
think
wasn't
about
Margot.
It wasn't Margot.
But
No.
he was with somebody. It was pictures
yeah.
of the couple, and then all of a sudden it was pictures of the husband
Yeah.
in dinner with somebody else,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
younger person. And this is the part that freaked me out. This is the part that I can't stop thinking about. After what we know about Margot,
Yeah.
Margot's pretty much an escort.
Yeah. She's an escort.
And
yeah.
she knew the guy. She knew the man, right? The old man. And at one point, the lady kept looking at her, and was like, "Oh, she looks like our daughter."
Oh, you know what?
That is so creepy. And
That
then he's
is
like,
very
"No, she doesn't.
creepy.
She doesn't look like our daughter. Shut up."
Yeah. Because Margot kept looking at them, and you're thinking like they're related. Like, so
Yeah.
this movie's very good at like tricking you into thinking one thing's happening and it's really something else. Because he looked angry.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to see her or anything.
Yeah.
Like that.
Stop looking at her.
So
yeah.
Margot kept looking at that guy, and then like that happened throughout like I don't know like the first half of the movie, and then like maybe 3/4 in like you find out that he hired Margot to just do that, just to look at him, like
Yeah.
occasionally, and
Yeah.
that was it. Like it wasn't anything crazy in that
Yeah.
sense. Like, but like I guess that's how he got out. Oh, why
Yeah.
he like masturbated or something like that. I
Yeah.
think.
But the fact
So I
that
guess yeah.
he looked
That
like
she
that,
looked
that
like
she looked
the
like
her daughter.
their
Yeah.
daughter is a thing that still is with me.
Yeah.
It is burned
It
into my
is.
mind. I was like, wait, oh wait, she's an escort. Oh wait, he hired her.
Specifically because he looked like her daughter. Or
That's
she looked like her
fucking
daughter.
disgusting.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So this movie is really good at doing that. Really good at like exploiting everybody's past.
Yeah.
And poor John. That guy just made a bad movie. Like that's all
That's
he
what I'm
had.
saying. It's just like, but it's because like I get it. Like it's because like at some point, like as an artist, like you go into it with thinking like I want to make the best things that I can make.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's a good time to bring up like I guess Brandon Fraser,
Okay.
or is it Brendan?
Brendan.
It's Brendan Fraser. Okay, kind of like that in a way, in like real life, because he did good movies. He did a few Hollywood bad movies. And then he's back to like his artistic true self of like The Whale, which I haven't watched, but I know you watched and you said it was good. But that's kind of like John Leguizamo. Like at some point you kind of lose yourself as an actor because you're trying to like stay relevant and you forget that it's not about staying relevant. It's about enjoying your craft. And
Well, it
pushing your
depends on what career you want. But
well, yeah, I mean, it depends on what career you want as well. But like, I think specifically him, like, if you're an artist, regardless if you want that career or not, like, you have to be an artist.
Yeah, which he seemed like that was what his, because he wanted to do something. Well, no, because then he was just doing like the cop out things, right? Like he was pitching that show where he would like go and travel and do food.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I just pretend to have an orgasm while having the food, and I just go on and go to
Yeah.
South Africa and like just like
Yeah,
keep
but to
doing
him, to the chef, it was like he didn't want that. Like as an artist, like regardless of what you think your career is or what you want your career to be or what you enjoy about your career, like if you're an artist, like if you're an actor, like to him it's like there's like no in between. It's like what you said in the beginning. It's like you're either on our
to
side,
the chef.
to the,
Yeah, but I think like John didn't care.
no, I don't think John
I
really
think he just
cared,
wanted a quick
but
buck.
in a sense, like that does happen. So like I don't really, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't know if he may have cared in the beginning, like in the beginning of his career. Like he may have done great movies, and then he kind of
Okay.
like had to like gear towards that.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like he got so obsessed with trying to stay relevant that he just forgot like what he like who he truly was as a human being or as
Yeah.
an artist or as an actor.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
But
because like I think that one of the things that this movie did really well, and we'll talk about this when we talk about the categories that we're rating these movies on. But one of the things I think did really well was giving you a little window into like everybody's little personality. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning, you can hear everybody's conversations and everybody's talking about different things and everybody's like according to their character. I remember when they were walking onto they were walking on the shore
oh yeah.
and like there was this, John was trying to, he was just like name dropping and like, oh yeah, me and the chef, I
Yeah.
know him or whatever. He was just like, pretending to know the chef. He didn't know the chef.
He didn't know the
you
chef,
know?
no.
And then you have in the background, you have like those Silicon Valley guys
Yeah.
trying to skip rocks onto the ocean, and then you just see one pick up a rock, and of course it
Yeah.
fails, and like the next guy next to him does the same thing, and they're just following
Yeah.
along. You know what I mean? And so like,
Tyler was about the cod or whatever that they were.
yes, the fisherman that was
Yeah,
out
the
there.
fisherman was like pulling out the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and so,
I
like,
see what you're saying. Everybody.
Everybody had their own little moment to shine there.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really well. You could see everybody's personality, and I thought that was a cool moment, And so
Yeah.
but like John never seemed like the type of guy that did art for like art, He was just he always seemed like the guy that just wanted to be famous, right? And be
Yeah.
relevant and be whatever, be in the spotlight. And so that's why I was like, I kind of feel bad for him because like he
Yeah.
didn't want to make art at that point, at least. He didn't want to make art at that point. But then maybe he did because I think that at the end, so the movie ends
Yeah.
with Margot about to die, wanting, and then she thinks of like, oh shit, I want to send it back. I don't like this. Your food sucks.
Yeah.
You haven't made me satisfied. I'm still hungry. And she orders a burger to go.
Yeah. She's
and
like, well, what do you
he
want?
personally makes it. Yeah. And so he personally makes the
It's,
burger.
I think it's like the only time he like, I mean, he does smile, I think, but like throughout the movie, like a little bit, but I think that's the only true smile
Yeah.
that came from his, like, from the heart, you know?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
when he's
yeah.
making that burger.
Making that burger, make the crinkle cut fries, that burger look good. Kim, didn't you say that there's like a restaurant?
Yeah, there's a restaurant in California or somewhere in LA that they have the menu poster and they say like, come try the menu burger. It's like a burger place, I think.
So this is like a fairly recent restaurant.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like Steak and Shake's burger in a way.
It did, yeah.
Or-
But like the bun was fancier. and,
Okay,
like,
yeah, that
everything
is
was
true.
Fancier, and like it looked good. I wanted to try
It looked like a good burger, I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie.
And so then like she orders it to go and he allows her to leave. He even gives her a little gift basket,
Yeah.
a little gift bag, and allows her to leave. And then while she's doing it, she looks back at everybody. And everybody then knows that they're going to die.
Yes.
And everybody's just like, okay,
Yes.
you can go. Like nobody leaves with her.
Nobody leaves. Nobody tries.
Nobody
even
even
tried to
tries.
do the same thing she did.
Exactly.
Oh, because the chef claps to
Uh-huh.
get everybody's attention
Yeah.
throughout the entire movie, like before every course, right?
Yeah.
And then he like goes on the monologue and then brings out the food and then
Mm-hmm.
and like she at that moment got up and clapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's when she was like, I want to send the food back. And
Mm-hmm.
he's like, why don't you like the food? He's like, because it's not good or whatever. So then he asked her like, what do you want? And that's when he makes the burger. And nobody tried that.
Yeah.
Nobody even like remotely was like, but I think it's more about
What did she say? She said something cool. I really like the way she said it. Like you're not cooking with passion. You're cooking with something. Ah, damn. What the hell was it? See, this is what we need to have.
no.
clips.
She said, I know we didn't have clips, but she said you're not cooking with love.
Yeah, you're cooking with something else. You're cooking with
don't know.
obsession or something
Obsession. I
like that.
think that's what. Yeah. No, but that made total sense. And he's like, every dish we make here's with love. And she's
Yeah.
like, she basically was like, no, it's not. Like,
Yeah.
it's not made with love.
Yeah.
And like, I think that's what's, cause like I don't think she ate most of the stuff. Right?
No.
She was just there. She's like,
Yeah.
it's just not good. And
Yeah.
everybody else was like, oh, this is exquisite. Especially Tyler, bro.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of weird too when he like Tyler was very annoying. Like, let me just say that because like
He was, but I
And
love this character.
he-
Not his character. I love him as an actor. don't
Yeah,
know-
I like him as
have
an
you
actor.
seen him in other things?
you know, the first time I ever saw him was on I believe the show was called Skins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Kim over there with that big
Yeah.
smile.
I got to like how many seasons is it?
There's a couple.
Because I think I got to like season 4. I think there's like more than that. But I
Yeah,
think I got
that-
to like about
It's a
season
new
4.
generation or something like that.
Yeah, I wish I would have watched all of them, but I got into Skins because. Did you like Skins, the American version?
It was okay, but it's nothing like the UK version.
Like the UK version, right? Okay, so whenever Skins, the American version came out, I watched that, and I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then so it got canceled, I think, after a season or something like
Season
that.
1,
Yeah, and then I was like, all right, whatever. And then like years later, like discovered that it was like a UK thing, so I watched that one. It was good. It was,
Yeah.
yeah, they kept them, I think, for like, the actor, what's his name? Tyler, the actor's name.
Something Holt? What is it?
Nicholas Holt.
Nicholas Holt. Yeah.
Okay, so him, I think they kept that season specifically. And it's the only season that was like maybe like, or the only group that was like 2-3 seasons, right? And then everybody else got like recast.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, but anyway, sorry.
I don't know, but
Going on a tangent.
He's a great asshole. Like he is in another show that I really love
What is it?
called The Great.
I don't know if I've heard
And
of
it's
that.
about like Alexander the Great and Catherine the Great, and it's kind of like a bunch of royalty stories
Mm-hmm.
that are true stories merged into like one reign. And he plays the king, Alexander the Great.
Oh,
And so, in the movie, in the show, he's not Alexander the Great. He's Alexander the Great's son.
oh, okay, I got you.
And so everybody compares him to Alexander the Great or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, and he's really good at that. Like he is such, like he plays like this little titty boy that like, he has all the power in the world, but
Right.
he's immature and like, he's like whatever. And it's kind of like this. He kind of like, right? Like it just kind of like seems like the same character, except like now he's obsessed with food, you
Right.
know? And turns out he can't cook for shit. He's not good. Like,
Oh, that
he's
was-
so obsessed.
Ugh.
with
He's-
everything.
I think
cooking.
he's the only one that made me feel awkward throughout the
Yeah.
movie. Because like for me it started when like I think it was the first dish, right? When like he brings out that thing and she's like, I'm not gonna eat it. Oh no, it was the second dish with the bread. With
Yeah.
not the bread. But you know what I mean. The assortments of whatever, accompaniments or whatever it was. And he like leans over to grab the plate and then he drops the wine or the wine glass and then it breaks and it's just that's when the whole thing started. And then obviously like towards the end when they'll make him cook and he knows everything. He knows like all the instruments, all the food, like how things taste. He knows all of that. But he doesn't have the true artistry of it. He doesn't have any like he doesn't know how to cook. He doesn't know when a steak is done. Like he doesn't have any feel for what
for actual
cooking is.
Yeah.
And it's sad because
It's
people get
sad.
obsessed with certain I
Yeah.
mean you think about people's like even just people's hobbies, like you get obsessed with a certain thing. Like for me, I love record collecting and vinyl, but like I'm not crazy about it. Like I like having like, physical copies. Like I like popping on like
How many do you have at this point?
I have them numbered. It's close to 200, but I think it's like 100,
200 records.
like 160 something.
My boy, that's dedication.
That is dedication. I've stopped though because it's a lot of money, man.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. Shout out to Abraham.
What is the most expensive record you have?
The most expensive. I don't think I have a crazy expensive record, but I was telling my cousin the other day because my cousin Abraham, the one that we were talking about yesterday, he also collects records, and I was telling him that I really wanted this Rosalia album, Los Angeles. That it was like her first album, and it didn't get released here. I think it only got released in Spain, but it only got released on Record Store Day.
España?
Excuse me?
España?
España.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's like $80 or something like that. So it wasn't crazy, but I also had to buy like the other one because nobody was selling it, and it was like most copies were in Spain, España,
España.
and then the copy that I bought was in New York, but the person selling it wasn't selling it. He was selling it as a pair, so he was selling it with her second album. So I think it cost me like 110 or 120, like the whole
That's the
thing.
most expensive one you have?
I feel like I have a more expensive one, but I don't remember what it is. Let's just start at the fourth course meal when like he comes out and that's when he talks shit about him. And I know we touched a little bit on it. When he like brings out the chef and then he's like, you know what I'm talking about, right? He brings out the chef and they lay out this tarp. And then he's like, this chef, whatever his name was, is like desires to be like me, wants my life and blah, blah, blah. And then he basically shits on them the entire time.
Yeah.
And then he pulls out again and shoots himself.
It's part of the show. It's part of the show.
And then, oh my God, that was also so, like, so scary. It's all part of the show.
Don't
It's all,
worry,
and this
man.
dude is dead, laying dead right there. And
They're
like,
like, is he okay? Part of the show.
it's part of the show.
He didn't say yes or no. He just said it's
No,
part
yeah,
of the
yeah.
show.
It's like, it's crazy. But also, like, it's like the influence that a chef has, you know? Or not a chef, but like the influence that certain people could have, or like they believe in your idea and your concept and they'll just follow you to the death, man. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. I cannot remember. What was the purpose of that one scene where like they all ran to the forest? What was the purpose?
What was the purpose of anything, to be honest with you? But I think it's just, well, first of all, the women didn't go. It was just the men. Probably to show them how how cowardly they were. Like they'll leave them there. Like the only one that didn't leave was Tyler.
Yeah.
And then they made him leave, kind of, but he didn't leave. He just went to
by the
see.
window.
He
I
was
love
by the
that.
window checking what they were eating because they got invited back into the restaurant, and
Yeah.
like, which is fucking hilarious. And even the chef from that one that was like, because all the women were like, "Is he really gonna kill us?" or something like that. And the chef, the sous chef that was there, she was all like, "Yeah, that was my idea." And so the ladies like gave up on it and were like, who wants more wine or some shit like that, because like they just knew they were all gonna die.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I think it was just, oh, you know what I did love about that scene, by the way? The magazine guy, he was in like the chicken coop, and then like they opened the door and he's like, here for the last standing
Be the
person or
yeah.
whatever. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And they gave him like some egg thing or whatever. It was like it was funny. But that was 4, and then what was 5? Because I think it was 6 courses, right?
Was it 6?
I think it's always 6.
What was 5? What was the 5th course?
What was the 5th course?
It was the palate cleanser, like the tea.
Oh yeah, it was the tea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. and then the sixth course was the last, which was the dessert, right?
It was split. Yeah, you had the s'mores and then you had the cheeseburger.
Oh yeah, he like added it later, or he was
Uh-huh.
like, "This is like a change of plans
I
or
love
whatever."
the I love the ingredients. It was like
Oh yeah,
customers, staff,
yeah, yeah.
chef, and all this other stuff on the s'mores.
One of the fun things about it though was that, oh my god, what course was it? When I think it was the second course that there was some milk product in it.
It was what?
Some milk product in it when they were had out the accompaniments or something like that.
Uh huh.
Cause remember, it's like she tasted it when the critic tasted it. She's like, "There's goat in there." She's like, she's like, "Do you taste that goat?" It's like a hint of it in like at the end. And the magazine was like, he didn't say what kind of milk. He just said milk.
Yeah.
And then you look at the thing, and like immediately after, like the thing came to the side of like what was in the thing, and it didn't say anything too specific. It just said milk.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah, and I thought that was really cool because I'm just like, I wonder if it is goat, you know? Because
Yeah.
like they didn't say what it exactly
Yeah.
was. They just said it was milk.
Yeah.
So,
And then they give him like a whole thing of like it's broken up or whatever, the emotion or whatever.
oh, the emotion, yeah,
Yeah.
and then, I mean, very
They just, like,
clearly,
give her like the whole
only
thing.
hers was broken up. I feel right. Like
Yeah.
they never mentioned if like the emotions for everybody else was broken,
Uh-huh.
but definitely I feel like for me it was like specifically he made a broken one and then
Yeah.
put it on her plate
Yeah.
and the magazine guy's plate
Yeah.
because that's how people ruin restaurants.
Yeah.
And because I feel like everybody else didn't have that shit.
No.
There's no way, right?
That's fine. So did you? I haven't. Did you like this movie?
I love this movie. I
loved it?
I love
Okay.
this movie. I
Cool.
really like the movie, but it is scary, and it's just because like I think I think watching it, it's kind of like you don't know ever where it's ever gonna go,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's just like I mean even at the end,
I
like
mean, I think you know where it's going. Like you know what the purpose is.
well I know they're all gonna die.
I first watched. I don't know. Did you watch any trailers at all?
I did watch the trailer.
I like
Kinda.
going into movies not watching anything. Like
Yeah.
if I know that a movie, if I just hear the hype of the movie,
Okay.
or if it's like, oh, I heard this is gonna be good, or I like the list of characters or the director or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't seen a trailer, I will try not to watch the trailer
Okay, I got
so
you.
that I don't get anything spoiled. Because trailers sometimes do that. They try to get you to watch it and they spoil the best moments,
Yeah.
right? And
I don't think this trailer did.
no, but you knew what the menu was, right? You knew that the chef had ulterior motives and that he wanted everybody to die. I didn't know he wanted everybody, including the staff, to die, but like that's what
Yeah.
that's what the trailer gave away, right?
Yeah.
And so like if I hadn't known that, then yeah, I would have been scared. Like, oh, I don't know where this is going. Like, is he gonna kill them all or what? You know what I mean?
Well, not in that sense, I guess. I think at the end of the day, you do know, because he always talked about it almost from the beginning about everybody dying.
Yeah.
But I just meant like you don't know where it's going because you just like it's kind of like all over the place in the sense of like I think it makes you excited for what's the next course because it only gets crazier.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by like I don't think you ever know where it's actually going because
No,
like
like
you're
the
just
stories
like
that he tells are all over the place.
they're all over the place and they all make sense. It's not like they're just dumb crazy stories. Like no, they're very interesting. But I think it's that for me. It's just like it's like you never quite know where it's truly going. Like yes, you know that they're all gonna die, but you don't know how they're gonna die or like. I mean, for example, like I don't remember what course it was, but when one of the guys, the three rich dudes, younger dudes, were like, one of them was like, "Fuck this, I can't take this anymore," and he grabbed the chair and threw it out the window, and it was like bulletproof glass
Yeah.
or whatever. And like that, I didn't expect that. Like I thought
Yeah.
it was just gonna break because
Uh-huh.
like that's what you expected, and it was like little things like that where I was like, oh, like it's well made and it's well written because it's not just the fact that like he wrote the dialogue, like it's like all the little intricate details that he put into the script to make you feel like they're trapped and they're not going anywhere. And on top of that, obviously he made it in an island
Yeah.
or on an island. So they're really not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's why he let them run because it's like they'll find you eventually.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna get tired.
Did you like that in the gift bags? I know we're like all over the place. I think that maybe like for future episodes we should like go in order of like how the story progresses.
I think it's fine because like
I don't think so because then we just go back and forth and back and forth.
no, but like I feel like certain people
Like I'm going back to the ending right now
yeah.
and going like, oh, did you like how when they put the little we were like, oh, it includes one of what's his name? I forgot the boss's fingers. Like it's in one of those or whatever.
But okay, for this is what I'll give you my reasoning why I like that we're going back and forth. One, because the people that have watched it are gonna know what we're talking about, and I don't think most of those people are going to care if you go back and forth, because like I think when people talk about movies, they go back and forth all the time. But
That's
two, the people
fine.
that haven't watched it, I think it's a good thing also because of the fact that they haven't watched it. So it's gonna be like in a way they're not gonna understand the thing linear because we're going back and forth. So that eventually they're gonna be like, oh, this is here, blah blah blah. So it randomizes it for them until they
What
watch
do
the
you
movie.
think, Kim? Because I think telling it linearly, you can like stop missing things, right? Like we went back and forth from like what was the third course, what was the second, and then like
Yeah,
you remember things from the first thing, and then like you move on.
but
to
that's
the
how my
next thing.
brain thinks, regardless. Though.
And then like whenever we start the movie, we're like, oh yeah, she was the escort, and then she ended up living, and everybody else died. Anyways, the first course was this. You know what I mean? It's a little bit. Can you fucking stop? It's a little weird. It's a little weird. What do you think, Kim?
I like the back and forth, but y'all missed like a couple things.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's where the back and forth. Like I don't think we're quite there to. Because I think
yesterday you missed the elbows. You
I
missed the
didn't.
elbows when they were eating bolis.
But that was more of a
Kim
note.
confirmed. It is ice pops.
It's ice pop.
There are ice pops. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for that. Yeah, our Mexican asses don't know shit.
No.
Um,
And so like that's what I'm getting at, where like you miss some things and then like you forget it by the end of the movie and all that kind of stuff. So I think maybe, and I know you said something about like notes yesterday or whatever.
yeah, I did have some
I
notes.
don't know, just something that like has like that we can like maybe look at something we can hide over here or something that just goes like this is where like
I mean,
the
we could have
movie
a computer
plot
there if we
points,
want it.
right? That we can have like okay, the plot points were this. I'm like oh yeah, this. Let's talk about this. Like I want to bring it up.
I get you. I don't mind the randomness because I think it's. I feel like you
I just think that
do.
we miss things.
So
At least I miss.
But I
things.
feel like we always miss things. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I know. That's what
No,
I'm
no,
trying to
but like I
avoid.
felt like in the I feel like in the beginning we were linear, like because we went. I feel like in this episode we went to like course 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I went back because I missed the window thing.
I think like once the story is explained fully, I think that's when we can go back and forth. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying, but I don't feel like it needs to be explained fully because I think either one, people are gonna go watch it because they're interested in what we're talking about, or two, people have already watched it and want to discuss the same things we're discussing.
What do you think, Kim?
I mean, the randomness is nice because it gives her like personality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of like doing it so structured, I feel like that could kind of be boring. But you could do like a mix of both.
How? How do we random?
Please explain, Kim. Please explain.
Okay, we'll just leave it random then. I guess I'll
Look,
fuck myself.
Like regardless. What were we talking about? I guess we went from there.
Okay, let's go random.
Anyway,
so
let's
the
go-
gift bags with the little fingers. I
Right?
love
Yeah,
that.
yeah. The gift bags. They had a little finger in it.
Yeah, he said it has a finger of Mr. whatever his name was. The three guys, his boss.
Oh, okay. I may have missed that. I may have missed that because at some point I think I like paused it on accident or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out like what's in there. Okay. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, what do you think? Why don't you think they left?
I think that they realized that they were pieces of shit, and then they were like, whatever.
Oh, you're a better human being than I am.
Why?
I thought they stayed because it was an exclusive experience.
Oh, that too, absolutely.
I
but like,
believe-
I was like, oh, this is what a great way to die, being exclusive and like, fuck it, we're all pieces of shit anyway.
I think. Well, I don't think they ever realized that they were pieces of shit.
Oh, I think they do because. Sorry, don't cut to my.
No, I think they, for me they didn't because at the moment that they found an escape, they were like, I'm gonna go be like, for example, like in the third course. Whenever they ran, I can't remember whenever they decided to run, and then the guy that
Why'd
had
you
got
cut to the camera when I was fixing my shirt?
That's
I
all-
see the red light. I know when the camera's active. She said, "Hey, your shirt's thing," and I was like, "All right, cool." And I do it, and the camera's red while you're talking. That's not cool, Kim.
That's love right there, man. That's what love is. That's so funny. Good job, Kim. Good job. Oh, so when they're like running away, and like the guy from the rich couple that like gets his finger cut off, he at no point decided to stay. He's like,
Yeah.
I'll send for help.
Yeah.
First thing, I'll send for help. And I'm just like, dude, you're gonna go to the hospital, you're gonna get yourself right, and then you're gonna call the cops and be like, there's somebody over there, and then that's when
Yeah.
he'll send for help. But it's definitely, I don't think at the end, like, I didn't feel any sort of like remorse or like feeling bad.
I did whenever he explained why everybody was there. When the chef explained,
I got a little bit of it. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, but I don't think.
whenever he was like, it was just a bad movie, you know, and like, you guys have come here 11 times. Like, this is just what you do, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just like that for every single one.
Okay. For
And
me, it
they were all
was
like, oh, yeah, I guess I am a piece of shit.
yeah.
You know
Okay,
what
I
mean?
get that. Yes, I feel like they like. I think they knew they were a piece of shits,
Uh-huh.
and they just like basically like was like, yeah, we're a piece of shits.
Yeah.
But I think for me it was like, but we're gonna continue to be pieces of
Yeah.
shit, you know?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, yeah. They
like
definitely
it definitely
did.
for me was like, no, like I didn't feel like they like really regretted what they were doing at
Yeah.
all. Like they're just like I think they like I don't even feel like they came to the realization. Like I think they knew, and like it was like the moment that they had was like because somebody called them out on their bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
but not because they really felt like, oh, you know, like
Yeah.
this is like I feel bad for what I did, and I don't think they stayed because of it. I literally think they stayed because like I mean, in a way, I feel like, and that's what I was kind of thinking of, like the way society is now.
Mm-hmm.
Like when something bad's going on, like they rather stay recording than like leave, or like, and sometimes they leave. Like if something bad is happening, they'll continue to record, and they'll run, but they'll continue to record.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like they have like no, like it's like they almost don't care about their life. They rather get the
There's no survival instinct anymore.
yes. There's no survival. It's like more about like, well, think about the people that are gonna watch this and like all
Yeah.
the fame I'm gonna get from doing that. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what the movie was trying to like show us in a way. Cause like I don't feel like any of those people really wanted to leave. Especially, I mean,
No.
Tyler ended up killing himself.
That was
And
so sad.
and to me maybe he was the only one that could have felt some sort of remorse. But then I think about it, and it's like, but he was so
absolutely not. He knew that they were gonna die.
no, I know, but like I mean, like when he killed himself, because like I feel like he had remorse in the sense of like, wow, I've dedicated my life to like this thing that I'm not even good. Because he got embarrassed. He really hit rock bottom during that movie.
Yeah.
And it's just like wow. So like that's why. But I also like the chef could have told him anything. Cause the chef could have been like, you love food, sacrifice your body, because I'm gonna serve you as like a in a 6-course meal or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna be the most exquisite thing, and
Yeah, we don't know what he said.
it could have been anything. So just then I think about it, I'm like, nah, maybe not. But yeah, all those people definitely, like to me, they didn't leave because they didn't want to leave. And like the only person that truly did want to leave was Margot, because she had no fucking idea what was going on. I mean, she didn't even care about the food because she was so. She's in such a different social class
Yeah.
that the food doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like I'm trying to eat and eat good
Mm-hmm.
so I can keep myself alive. Why do you think he let her go though?
I think because she truly didn't want to. She was a fighter. She was a fighter, and she wasn't like them. And she was the only one that was really challenging him and really thinking about it. And I think that she called him out on his bullshit. He was like, "You're right," you know, and like you see the point in all of this, and like you don't belong here.
I think she's the only one that made him feel like a human being. Like I
Made
think the
him feel-
happiest moment. What's up?
Made him feel like a human being.
Yeah. Like I think it's the only, cause like I think going back to like this is my theory here. Like I think for me, like because she went into that room and she saw a picture of him when he was young making a burger.
Mm-hmm.
Because she gets up and claps, and at that moment she takes control.
I forgot about that. I forgot about her going to the room and seeing that picture.
Yeah. And like at that moment she gets up and takes control because she like claps and she takes control of the entire room. Like even the chefs, like it's almost like they were hypnotized.
Yeah.
And he doesn't. Like he follows along, but it's not like he just followed along. Like, oh, let's see where you go with this. It was like he truly felt like he was serving somebody. Like at that moment, like somebody needed to take control, and it was her.
Yeah.
And she was the only person that, she's the only person that even from the beginning, she's all like, he's serving you. Like you're the paying customer.
Yeah.
Treat him that way because you're the one
He's
that's
not a god.
he's not a god. Like, yes, he may be this and that, but like at the end of the day, he's still serving you food. And then that's what she does at the end. Like she sticks by that.
Yeah.
And like she doesn't trick him or anything. She just treats him like what he is. Like, like a
Yeah.
like just like she's a customer, she's a paying customer.
And she wasn't satisfied.
And I don't think he let her go for any other reason. The fact that like, that I think she's the only one that like treated him again, like as, in a way, a human being. Because remember, like even the way she like said she wanted to leave was like very like she kept within that mold. She was all like, it's like, oh my God, like I think my eyes were bigger than my stomach.
She
It's
has
like,
some big eyes.
she does have some big
You know
eyes.
she speaks Spanish?
She speaks Spanish, really.
Yeah. Is she Mexican?
There's,
Was she born in Mexico?
didn't she? She's from Spain? There's no way. I thought she was British.
She is British.
Oh, but she was like, oh, okay.
Hold on, let me see.
What's her name? Anne Taylor-Joy? Or is that
I don't know if that's her
somebody
name.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya. Interesting.
Anya? How do you spell her first name?
Anya. That's Anya, right?
Anya, yeah. Anya Taylor-Joy, yeah.
Wow. Yes. Eventually, she's gonna be nominated for an Oscar, right?
For this?
Not for this, but eventually. Like she's definitely like the next.
Oh, yeah, I think
Like
so.
she's very good at what she does, but also like it seems like Hollywood loves young, talented actresses.
She was born in Miami, raised in Buenos Aires and London.
What?
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
Che boludo.
El Che Boludo.
All right, let's can we just move on to the ratings at this point?
We can move on to ratings. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no! Wait. Sorry. I think that was my theory. No, I didn't finish my theory. I was in the middle of my theory. No, but I think that was the whole thing about it. Like I think she's the only one that made him feel human and made him feel like what he was made to do: serve people
Was the camera on me?
and give give people food. You know, like feed people essentially. So, and that's I think why he let her go. Like I think he was like so mesmerized by like that one moment, because like again, she didn't say, "Can I leave now?" or anything like that. I don't think.
No, he
She
just
just
wanted
said,
it
"Can
to
I get a
go.
box?" Like I like my eye. Oh, that's where it was. My eyes are bigger than I think my eyes were bigger than my stomach. It's like, "Can I get a box to go?" And like it was very genuine. It's like, "Of course," or something like that. So he goes, gets the box, gives it to her, and then she like puts her burger in there, and then
That's
she
it?
just leaves, and like he just watches her leave, and it's not like he's like.
I told Kim that I really wanted it to be one of those thank you bags. You know what I'm talking about? Those white bags, those generic white bags.
Oh yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
thank you. I
The takeout
really
bags.
wanted it
Yeah,
to
I
be
know
one
what you're
of
talking
those.
about. Yeah, I know what you're
Well,
talking
no,
about.
it had to be fancy. It had to be like a little
It
box.
had to be.
Yeah.
It would have been funny though. I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
funny that they had them in the first place.
You know the craziest thing about that movie, out of all that stuff, is that she gets out. I mean, maybe not the craziest, but one of the things that I was like, wow. She gets, because I love the way it ended. Like she gets out,
Mm-hmm.
she goes on the boat, and then she stops the boat to eat her burger and watch the fireworks of like the
Did
whole.
she stop it, or did it just go out on her?
Oh, did it go
I
out
thought the
on her?
motor went out on her, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't
I thought
remember.
the motor, because I remember the close up of the motor being like, boom.
I mean, she could have turned off though.
Ooh. No, because she was like, God damn it. God damn it.
That Prescott.
Dak Prescott.
That Prescott. Anyways,
If
but
you ever met Dakota Johnson, would you call her Dak?
I wouldn't call her Dak. I don't think I
would.
would. I would call her Dakota.
I would ask if she's okay with me calling her Dak.
But
Dak Johnson.
anyways, the end of the yeah, Dak Johnson. Hey, Dak Johnson. But
Sorry. All right.
back
So
to
what
the end
do
of the
you say?
movie, so we can finish it up. I just thought like the fact that they sat there and like let themselves be covered in basically huge s'mores. Then he turned it on, and then they just went boom
Yeah.
and melted. And then she just watched it while eating her burger. That burger looks so good. I just don't like ketchup. So it kind of like turned me off a
Yeah,
little
you're
bit.
weird like that. You don't like ketchup.
I don't like ketchup. But that burger looks so delicious, man.
It looked delicious.
I
The
really
onions
want it.
look perfect, bro.
You ever been to Keller's?
Where?
Keller's?
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of that.
Have you? I don't like their customer service.
I don't think anybody does. But you go to Jake's. Jake's has the same burger, too. You ever been to Jake's?
Yeah, we've been there.
You been there?
Yeah, it's a little green building.
What do we get?
We went there during our vegan time, remember?
No.
What?
We got like a impossible patty. This was like during the pandemic. It was like a long time ago.
Oh, I don't remember this.
I don't know.
I don't
All right, let's put up the categories. What are the
All right,
categories?
Kim, pull up the categories. Categories.
Categories.
Do you want me to read them?
Just do the first one.
Just the first one. Yeah.
Number 1, story.
Do you want to go first?
Sure.
I think the story. Part of me wants to give it a 4,
Okay.
but it was so unique and so different that I feel like it deserves a 5. But I don't know
I
why.
was like a 4.5.
I feel
I
like
think
it's
the
more.
story was the story was good. It was well told.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe it's a 4 to me because it didn't have that personal aspect of like it wasn't. Well, no, that's not what it's about. What I don't know how to explain it. I think it's a 4. I don't know why I feel like it's a 4. It was a good story. It was interesting. It was definitely unique. But I think there was moments
let's
in
think
it.
about this. Is there anything that they could have explained more, or that they could have delved deeper into?
The thing is with these
Somehow.
type of movies and even the people that direct it, I just feel like if they didn't go into it more was just because it was just a personal decision. And that's
Yeah.
what they wanted to make
Yeah,
you
because I
feel
hate exposition.
right of because
I hate-
there's certain people that write things and they're just like, oh, you should have gone more into this, and it was just bad writing. They just
Yeah.
didn't think about it.
I hate
But this seems like
exposition
they thought about
like
it.
when somebody is just like tell somebody the whole backstory in a conversation.
Yeah,
You know?
I'd say
cheapens
maybe the beginning was weird. You know what I mean? Like it didn't become like the story. Like it didn't feel like the story started. Like it felt like we started somewhere in the middle. Like again, it was I don't know. Like I feel like it really started when they were walking around like the island and like blah blah blah. You know,
How did it start? What was it? And that's something that I
they were
wanted
just
to,
waiting
like,
for the boat and people were just coming in. But it
Isn't
was
that how?
yeah, Glass Onion started.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought
No,
about
but
the
it
same
had a
thing.
little bit more backstory. No, it did have more backstory of everybody
What, Glass
solving the
Onion?
puzzle.
Glass Onion? Yeah, definitely. Because that's not where exactly it started. But
Yeah.
they did their little thing, and then that's where it went to. So that's why I felt maybe like it started there, but I guess I get it in a way because it was kind of like they don't want you to know anything about these characters. They just want you to start it started off-putting. So maybe that's also what helped with the environment of the movie
Yeah.
and making you feel that anxiety of what is going on or that scariness of because he had so much authority, the chef.
So much power.
Yeah, and so I don't know. Part of me wants to give it a 5, but I'm gonna give it a 4. I'll
Okay.
give it a 4.
I think I agree with you. 4 is fine.
4 is fine.
What'll be the next category, Kim?
Beautifulness.
I thought it was beauty. I thought it was beautiful.
I thought it was pretty beautiful too, but I'd
It's
probably
very
give
elegant, I think.
it was very elegant. Yeah, I loved all of that. I think that was
And
very
I
interesting
think
to watch.
that they did really great work with camera angles.
Yeah.
Voldemort, whenever he would clap, the camera was under him. We were looking up at Voldemort, and that boy was just,
Ugh.
you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you
and
about
so
this.
that low camera angle is great because
Yeah.
you're just like, he has all the power. We're all looking up to him. He has absolutely all the power, and I thought they did a very good job with that.
I just gotta say, man, as an actor, what an actor, first of all. But just
Voldemort?
yeah,
Yeah.
Ralph
My boy Ralph.
Ralph Fiennes, I think. Anyways, but I just think to me, it's just man, he really takes up the space.
Yeah.
He doesn't rush through any of his monologues. It's just when you watch him, all you want to do is watch him.
Yeah.
There's not you're not there's certain actors that you watch and you peek over at the other actor or what the background's doing or you look at the environment. All I want to do when he's speaking is just watch him.
Yeah.
He's so good at what he does, and I think he's one of those actors that really understands the moment and the silences or the silence in the scene or the monologue or those little moments where he's not afraid of it. 'Cause, I feel as actors, especially me, you're kind of afraid of silence sometimes because you feel like you have to be doing something, but sometimes you don't have to be doing anything
Yeah.
for people to be wow,
Yeah.
what an amazing performance. So
Yeah.
for me, I think I still give it a 4 because
I give it a little bit higher than that.
I think for me it was very elegant, very pleasing to watch and stuff like that. But I don't think there was.
Is 5 like Blade Runner? Is that our 5?
Maybe that's for me.
Can it never be 5 unless it's Blade Runner?
No, I think it could be 5. But I think
what other movie? Well, I guess Her. You could give that.
Her is a 5. But see, it's not where Blade Runner's at. But it's amazing. But see, there's different movies I feel visually.
But I think this one fit the movie so fucking well.
No, I think it fit the
And I
movie
think
so well too.
It's better looking than most movies. I think it is.
No, I think-
that
yeah,
the
no, I
camera
agree with that.
angles, the lighting, you see like the big window, the setting of the
Yeah,
movie.
but I think it just
the,
for
the restaurant was beautiful, the set design, the fucking you have big open windows where you can see the sunset, you can see the day going away.
no, I get what you're saying, but for me, it's like at some point, like I think certain scripts and certain movies have like limits. It's like you can't do more because you can't do more.
Uh-huh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So to me, it's just like it feels like the limit was a 4. And again, it goes just back to me like I want these categories to be like it's not that one was bad.
I get it.
It's
yeah,
more about
I
good, very good, you
I
know?
just think that they did a very good job with the cinematography.
I think they did a very good job too, but I don't think it's quite 5. Like it's nothing like when I watch this movie, it doesn't make me be like
4.5.
I say it's a 4 because for me, I watched the movie and I'm
I
like
say it's a 5. So let's go with 4.5. It's an overall rating between
okay,
the two of us.
yeah, because just to me when I watch it, I just don't feel like I don't really remember how beautiful it looked. You know,
Oh, I do.
that's not one thing.
It's one of the things that I remember the most
Yeah,
about the movie.
that's not for me.
Yeah.
But okay, all right.
All right. So next, can you do it into the microphone?
Balance.
Beautiful.
Balancia.
The balance. So that's acting. That's
Yeah, just like how
directing.
well like the movie was like balanced throughout. Like, did they have? Because some stories are not very interesting, but are the movie's very pleasing to watch or whatever. I think I'm gonna give it a 5.
You're gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 4.
I'll give it a 5. I think
Okay.
because
That's
I think for
interesting.
me it's like
You did have great balance between everything.
I think so. Like I think what it was trying to do,
I think the only
it
thing.
did,
Go ahead. Sorry.
and like it was visually pleasing to watch in a way. Like if you really think about it, like it's not something I remember about it, but it's definitely something if I thought about it and we talked about it, I'm like, oh yeah, it was like everything was very well done. The acting, there's not really much to say about the acting. I think it was also perfect casting. Like those guys couldn't have been more annoying.
Oh my God! I was
So-
about to say
Yeah,
that guy had the most. I'm not a violent man.
punchable face.
Had a punchable face.
Yeah.
Oh my God! He's gonna get those dimples of stab skewers all through them.
Yeah, he was very annoying.
Is that too much? Is that too much? Stabbing skewers through dimples?
Maybe just a little bit.
Okay, maybe let's not do that. But what a punchable face that guy.
Yeah, that guy had a very punchable face.
And so, yeah.
But everybody was like cast to like
The
to
cast is
perfection,
great.
I feel,
I
and-
think that I love Alex Holt.
no
Nicholas.
Nicolas Colaci.
Yeah, I love Nicholas Holt. I love Nicholas Holt. I love Anya Taylor-Joy. I think she's a great actress too. I love Voldemort. My boy Ralph.
The
John.
disrespect coming from that
John.
side of the
I don't know
room.
how to say his name. I'm not gonna disrespect him by saying his name incorrectly. My boy Ralph.
You just say the chef.
Voldemort is what I know him as. Okay, the chef. But I'm sorry, I cannot not see Voldemort whenever I see him. Every
He
little,
was
little
also-
smirk, every little that he does, and you see those the long laugh lines or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Did you ever
Voldemort.
watch the English Patient?
The what?
The English Patient.
No.
Can you tell me if you won an Oscar for that? Because I think you won an Oscar for that.
So yeah,
He's amazing.
John Legumes. I love him too.
And also look up his brother, Lon Leguizamo. John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
I think it's Leguizamo. Yeah.
Okay, him. I love him in everything.
Yeah.
Love him in Chef. Oh, what a movie!
I
wanna see Chef now.
haven't watched Chef.
You
yet.
haven't seen? Okay,
I know you keep telling
that
me.
has to be another thing. I love him in
You're
Chef.
gonna have to
He's
take it off the
he's
list.
such a ride or die. I love him.
Yeah, 'cause
so
it's-
he's a great actor.
It's Jon Favreau, right? The director.
Yeah,
And
the
the-
director and the actor.
He did win.
He did win, right?
Best
What a
actor.
winner!
Okay.
What a winner!
He's
all,
so
all
good.
he does is win.
All
Except
he
for
does
against-
is win.
Against Harry. He didn't win against Harry in the end, but Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
I was like, Harry who, bro? Harry
The
Styles?
boy who lived. That him. I'm not even that big of a of a Harry Potter fan.
Have you watched all of them though?
I watched all of them. Yeah.
I watched all of them, like, last year, I think.
By the way, there's one scene in Harry Potter where this guy What's his name, Kim? The one that looks 98 years old in the scene.
Oh, I know his real name's Tom something. I forgot his name. Draco?
Yeah, Draco Malfoy.
Oh, Draco Malfoy.
His
Yeah.
name is Tom. Oh my god.
I don't remember his name. I saw him in Flash too, though. It's
Okay, well, there's a scene at the very end of Harry Potter where everybody has moved on with their lives.
Yeah.
Everybody's parents now. And so they aged them up a little bit. This boy looked 95 years old.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. His hairline was back here. It was absolutely insane. It was just like
magic. It's he's alive because of magic. No, I think I did
so
see that scene. I
overdone.
don't remember it though. Like I don't remember the way he exactly looked. But yeah, doesn't he marry Hermione? No, Hermione. No, who?
Where's Ron?
Oh, Hermione marries Ron. Who was he with then? Nobody.
Was he with somebody, Kim?
In the movie?
Yeah.
I still find it very weird
At the very
that
end in the train scene?
Yeah, he's with Hermione. They get together. And they have like 2 kids, I think.
Draco?
Draco.
who's
Yeah,
Draco
that's what I'm
with?
talking about. I'm talking about Draco.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. 'Cause-
Ron is with Hermione.
Yeah, Ron is probably with Hermione.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Because I just still find it very weird that Harry's with Ron's little sister.
I never saw that coming.
I never saw that coming, and the fact that she was like younger than it was weird.
It was a little
It
weird,
was
yeah.
fucking weird.
They
Anyways,
were all kids, but still, it's
Yeah.
weird.
okay, what's your balance? What is your number for the balance, or what do you think about the balance?
My balance, I think I swayed towards a 5-2. I was gonna give it a little bit lower, but then the more we started talking about it
Yeah.
and how everybody fit their character, the story was told with great pace.
Yeah.
Chapters could be made with every course of the meal. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Okay, so fives.
Okay,
Fives all the way. Okay.
and then what's the next one?
Soundtrack.
Soundtrack. That a 5 out
It's
of
a
5.
five.
For me.
It's a five. Yeah.
It sounded so elegant to me. It sounded
Yeah.
as though
It's like very subtle, and like, for me, it's like I don't remember what the soundtrack was, but I know that the soundtrack is what made it terrifying for me.
Yes.
Like throughout the entire thing, like that anxiety of like, oh my god, I'm in this like what is going on?
Yeah.
So it's a five. Like it's
Being-
like
being
it's like what you said like last week. It's like it's a character in the film. It
Yeah,
like has
it's
a
a character
huge
in the
it's a
film.
huge part in it.
Absolutely. The fact that you can hear everybody's conversation being so self-involved.
Yeah.
Everybody's so self-involved, right? And all the conversations can be heard at the same time, all at once. Everybody talking about themselves, and that is it. I thought that was brilliant, right? Like that's what sold everybody's character for me.
Yeah.
And so I think that the soundtrack was a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, it's a five.
Yeah. What's next, Kim?
Rewatchability.
Rewatchability.
I'm gonna give it. a maybe a 4, and the only reason I'm gonna give it a 4 is because I think when you watch this film, you're not gonna be more excited than the first time you watch it.
That's why I would give it a 3. I would watch it again.
I was thinking of a 3, but I was like maybe I feel kind of bad.
I would watch it again.
I would
Would
too,
I
yeah.
watch it every year? Probably not.
Right.
Right? But I would definitely watch it again and catch anything that I hadn't caught before. Like what you said about the milk and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't catch that. Right? And so like watching all those things again and watching all the little details, I think I want to go back and watch it again. But I think like after you go through it and watch it, I think that you're like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah. I'll give it. I'll go with you. I'll give it a 3 because I think that I was trying to like give it a little bit higher score because like, I really like the movie.
Yeah.
But no, I think yeah. It's just
I mean, we're
it's
going to like every single one of these movies.
yeah,
so
that is
it's
true.
okay.
But yeah, for me, it's that. It's just like it's rewatchable. It's just you're not gonna be as excited as the first time because I think there's that element of like surprise and like what's happening next. And I mean, there's those moments of like there's moments of shock in this movie, and like that's what it's supposed to do in those
Yeah.
times. So it's like you're not gonna feel shocked anymore, but you still may feel other things. And it's a good, interesting movie. But yeah, a 3 is good.
Yeah. So, is that it? Is that the?
The last one is just something about.
So I'm about it.
There's just something about it. Just something about it. What do we? I'm curious to see where you go with this one because it's 1 out of 10, right?
Yeah, or is it let's
Right
do 0
now,
out of 10 because we
we're
don't
at
have
a
to give it points.
21.5 out of 25, right?
Yeah.
So just to think about it would either put it that's an 86% of a good movie, right? There's just something about it. This is reserved for like maybe it's not as high as you would want the movie to be
Yeah.
based on those 5 categories, but there's just something about it. You know,
I
there's
think
something about this movie.
I think to me, it's kind of gotta be on the low side. I think I'm gonna give it 2.
I think, yeah, I don't
I
think
think
it's
it's
that
2
high.
because I think to me everything is so well done. It's a great movie to watch. It's an interesting concept, but it doesn't have that like factor where you're like, oh my god, I need to watch that movie
Yeah.
again. Like I think it's like it's a concept and like
You wouldn't put it in your top movies.
yeah, like it's one of like if you're thinking of like if you're gonna recommend somebody a list of movies to watch film and be like you need to study this film, I would. But when it comes to like feel good movies like that extra like certain actors like they have like the technique down to the T, but they don't have that extra something. Like Marlon Brando has that extra something. Robert De Niro has that extra something. Like something that like really makes it personal to them, that makes you like fall in love with them. Dakota Johnson has that little something, and I think that this movie doesn't. Like I think everything is so well done. I think it's the highest it could be, directing, acting, like all that stuff. But like I think it's very or too polished for it to ever be like have that some about it. So I think 2. I'll give it an extra 2
I
points.
agree. I agree.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So this ended up being a 94% movie
Okay.
out of 120 though. So like that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
No, it's a good
So-
movie. It's very good. It's like you said, all these movies that we're watching we like.
Yeah.
We're definitely biased towards.
Yeah.
But it's good.
So Chacha Real Smooth still on number 1 for now.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I mean, but I don't think it has to do with points. Like it has to do with like like what? Because I remember I told
Well,
you.
yeah.
But in this
is it not?
this thing happened to be with the points as well. But yeah, Cha Cha Real Smooth is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's
You
definitely.
know what I think what we should also start doing?
What?
And you tell me, we should have like a Hall of Fame of just people that we love. You know what I mean? Like we could like
Like
put-
actors or what do you mean?
Yeah, like actors. Or
Oh,
like,
okay.
oh, that perform. Mwah,
Oh, like
Brandon
characters,
Fraser.
yeah.
Spit him up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
Oh, like
Joaquin
who our
Phoenix
like
or
who our favorite
whatever.
performance was, or like something like that. Is what you're talking about?
Doesn't have to be.
Or
every
just like
movie.
anybody that
But
you
you're
liked.
like, oh my god, I love this person. I love everything that they do. I love like their character choices and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That has to be in our Hall of Fame. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that we need to have one for this movie or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like I think that would.
I
be
mean, if
kinda
I have
cool.
anybody for this movie, like I think the closest one would be the chef.
Yeah.
Because I
My
think
boy Ralph.
my boy Ralph.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's just everything. I don't know.
He's
And then just
Voldemort.
and the thing is, oh my god. But like the thing is for me is like there's so much more going on underneath than what he ever showed.
Yeah.
Like he is going through it, and the only times you ever find out like about his personal life is like right after he introduces, or right before he introduces the course.
Yeah.
So it's like there's more there than meets the eye, but they never tell you anything about it, and like he perfectly like writes these things out, so he doesn't give you anything more than what he wants to give you, but yet you still won't. Like you still want to watch him, and you still feel like, oh my god, like this guy is kind of, even though you don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that, but
The Rotten Tomatoes. So this is kind of weird
okay.
because Rotten Tomatoes usually when it comes to horror, the critics don't like horror, the audience does.
Right. So that's
Right?
always higher for audience
This one's
members.
flipped.
Really?
This one, the audience is 76%, which is still pretty good,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but the critics is 89%.
But I think it's that same thing with like the Get Out movies, It's like it's more of a psychological horror thing where like
Than a slasher.
then it's a slasher. And I think
absolutely.
so that makes
Yeah.
it makes sense in a way. I
Yeah.
see what, but yeah.
So this is what the critics said. It's a social commentary that relies on basic ingredients. The menu serves a black comedy with plenty of flavor. And then what the audience says is the menu's got a great cast and plenty of fun moments, although the ending might strike some as a little tough to swallow.
Yeah, I could see that. I will say I was laughing in a lot of those moments.
Oh, yeah.
It was very funny for
Yeah,
me this
they
movie.
had
I was
some comedic
fucking. I was like,
moments
I
for
can't
sure.
believe he did that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I definitely get that. And that was the critics that said that.
That's what the critics say. Somebody says, as much as I liked it, at the end of the day, it's not quite as smart as it thinks it is.
Yeah, I don't think it was trying to be that though.
You don't think it was trying to be smart? I don't think it was trying to tell us anything. I don't think it was trying to like.
I think it did. Okay, I do in the sense of like towards the end. Like I do solemnly believe that like it had something to do with society.
Oh yeah, it had social commentary. Like everybody's so self-involved.
Yeah.
But like I think that the most of the thing was just like personal to the chef. Like that movie, it's just like you're not trying to tell you that actors are assholes. They're just trying to tell you like I didn't like that movie, and it really sucks that this is that I had to watch on my one day off, and that was very personal to the chef. That had nothing to do with social commentary at all. You know what I'm saying? It's
No,
like, I
yeah,
don't think
yeah.
it was that like.
No,
deep.
I mean it definitely wasn't a movie that. I think it was not trying to teach you a lesson, but it definitely had a lesson in the end.
Yeah.
And it was written, I feel like, with that intention in mind, in a way, but it wasn't trying to like shove it down your throat,
Yeah.
or anything like that. So I see what you're saying. Hey guys, thanks again for listening to the episode. We did have some technical difficulties at the end of this one, so we did want to apologize for that. Thanks so much for listening, and our next movie will be Bones and All. See you then.